So in the February of 2020, not a great timing. Of course, we had no idea. We expanded our actually business into wine bar to satisfy a lot of the local wine demand. We really want to explore the high quality wine together with actually at a reasonable price. I'm sorry, I just get distracted with the business around me here. Unfortunately, as you all know, right after February, pandemic happened. As a retail business, we were really experiencing a really very hard and difficult time throughout the entire March, April, and May timeframe. Our life basically changed. Our plan had to change. My manager over there, Frankie, a couple of our employees, and myself, we really stayed positive and devoted our energy and time to make this business continue to be able to serve our local community. We brought our entire business to online now. So that's why we're able to do this session. We actually have curbside delivery. We can actually curbside pickup and delivery to all the local communities. And today you are able to actually receive this wine in your hand is thanks to that. And we are able to seal our actually tea-infused wine in the bottle, and so that you can enjoy at home with us. So why tea-infused wine, right? We're a tea shop. We love tea. There's a lot of great health benefit coming from the tea, and a lot of different actually aromas, colors, all actually bring it in from the tea. And we have the tea actually come from all over the world. We have 20 some selections. Of course, those are all my favorites. I selected all of them individually myself. Yeah, and then Frankie is going to show you some of the tea and also the color of the tea right after this. But the thing is, why tea-infused wine? Because we're a bunch of crazy people, okay? So we love wine. My partner and I, and also Frankie, we all love wine. So wine, of course, you have a lot of health benefit. And I think all of you guys are actually, today joining us because you're wine drinkers. Wine is great for the heart. Wine actually is very high in antioxidant. I don't know whether you guys all know that. And tea is very, very high in antioxidant. This two combination is great in terms of health benefit, as well as actually the aroma. So you will see, well, hopefully you'll start to get a chance to open up the bottle of the tea-infused wine. You should smell actually not a typical wine smell, but really some tea, a lot of very strong tea aroma come from there. And this is actually, again, it is probably going to taste a little bit crunchy and fruity because we're using actually, Frankie's going to show you a lot of actually very high vitamin C herbal tea to actually brew the tea-infused wine. So now, oh, okay, it just walked away. So now we're going to actually show you how we actually select the tea and how we actually brew them or infuse them together with the wine, and then what does the final product look like? And of course, you can all actually taste it over there at home.
That's good.
All right, Frankie.
I'm coming.
In the meanwhile, any questions?
You can hear them?
I don't know whether can I hear them?
You can type in the chat, or you can unmute yourself by pressing the space bar if you wanted to ask any questions at this time.
Okay, great. So if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to actually type in there. I'm going to hand it over to Frankie. I'm sorry, I see one question come up. Okay.
Yeah, can you give us the address again in White Plains?
235 Main Street.
That question is too easy for her. Come on, across from.
Is the tea in the fridge? Is it wine or tea? Okay. So the tea, well, we're going to show you. So I'm going to hold on to answer that question. The wine, of course, once you actually infuse the wine, you do need to keep it in the fridge. Okay, of course, for the red, you do want to actually bring it out and leave it to the room temperature, then you drink it. But today, I believe, Frankie, you gave them, all of them are white tea, not tea, white wine, right?
Whichever was given out, yes.
Okay, so if you have any leftover, keep it in the fridge, please. What type of tea are in the bags?
I think
you
they
mean
mean what type.
tea? Oh, okay, so it's one bag is actually Hastings Fruit and Flowers. Is one of our actually one of our pretty popular herbal tea. So very high in vitamin C. A lot of different type of fruits and flowers mixed together. The other one is Blueberry Breeze. Yep. And that's also herbal. So both tea, you have it actually in the bags, they are caffeine free. All right, I don't see any other questions at this moment. So I am going to hand it over to Frankie.
Are we ready?
Yep.
You guys ready for me? All right, so let's start with this.
Oh, we can't hear anyone now.
They can't hear me?
Now,
Can you hear
we
me?
can. Now we can.
Can you guys hear me out there?
yes, now,
Yes, we
Can they hear
can.
me?
now, yes.
I don't know if they can hear me.
Yes.
you can hear-
Oh, we're
Yes.
good? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so to get back to what I was saying, let's go with why tea-infused wine. All right. So we've been, let me go back a little bit and start with a little bit about my background. I come from a cocktail background where I worked with a lot of spirits and I worked with a lot of infusions, but until I came here, I really didn't know much about tea or coffee or anything to that point. I only knew about alcohol. And then I met Joan and I met Robert and I met everyone here, and we just started to put our heads together and try to come up with a way to put both together, like wine and tea together. Like you get these amazing, the flavors that bounce off each other when you put them together. It's something that we should have been doing a long time ago, which we have. Like I said, I came from a whole cocktail background. So we were working with teas back, I want to say like 10 years ago. We were doing chai tea with bourbon. We were doing English breakfast with bourbon as well. Now you have everyone doing teas with every type of spirit out there, which is great, but how healthy is it? At least get a little health benefits out of it. So I decided to come up, well, not myself, me and Joan. Actually, I think Joan brought me on for this reason. And we got together and we started, thinking about ways we can incorporate wine and tea together, so you can get the nice little buzz and the relaxation of wine with the health benefits of some amazing teas that we carry here. So I started playing around with a bunch of stuff and all right, if you guys are going to start experimenting with this stuff, I'm going to let you know now, it can be expensive because you're going to have to do a lot of research and development if you're playing with certain things. I mean, if you get a recipe from me or from somewhere off the internet, fine, it's going to be good. But if you're experimenting on your own, it can be quite pricey to do it by yourself. I tried doing this with just a cup of tea and maybe the same way you make a cup of tea with water. I tried doing it with the wine and the tea. It doesn't taste the same. You're not going to get the same effect when you infuse the entire bottle with the tea. That being said, let's just talk a little bit about wine. When I started to think about how to infuse tea with wine, I was thinking about the tannins. And if most of you are wine drinkers, the tannins, most people think tannins are bad when you describe them, because most people say, well, the tannins on the wine is that acidic, that astringent, that bitter taste that you get. Yes, that's kind of it. But if you go with an older wine, which I suggest when you go with an older wine, the tannins get softer, and the blend will be a lot better when you mix with the wine. Those high tannins, it's going to be I tried working with so many different wines, trying to put them together. And if you do something with softer tannins, it's going to come out a little bit better. So high tannins, not good for mixing with tea infused wine. You want to go with the tannins that is going to give you that soft palate when you're tasting the wine. So I decided to go with 3. I came up with 3 different types of wines here that work well with 3 of our teas. And if you want to do other stuff and experiment, it's fine. But let's go with what I have now, because this, I'm guarantee you, is going to be amazing. Okay. So let's start with my Tutela. I decided to do a Tutela wine, which is my Pinot Grigio from 2018 from Italy. I chose Tutela because it's simple, but it has this great finish of like this crisp citrus finish. And this, you get these notes of like pear and white peaches, which is like really amazing. And for the price point, you can't go wrong. So I took this Tutela and I decided to do it with my fruit and flowers, which is this guy right here. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see this? That fruit and flowers. You guys should all have the fruit and flowers in your packet. So you might want to just go through it, give it a little smell. So the fruit and flowers, I chose it because it has like citrus peels, cranberries, apples, cinnamon, cloves, and rose hips. So you're gonna get, and I'm not a big fan of cinnamon, but cinnamon tends to work with like anything you put it in. Anything you put cinnamon in kind of works. So I decided to use this with the Pinot. I want the flavors to like complement each other. You don't want anything to be like overpowering. So, I mean, it's like trial and error with anything, which, like I said, going back, it's going to be a little pricey if you're going to start doing experimenting on your own. You're probably better off like coming to see me over here and we can talk about it before you do it. But I chose fruit and flowers because I think the flavors of the fruit and flowers just pull out the flavors of the Tutela. And it just brings this amazing combination together that enhances all the ingredients in the wine and the tea itself. Plus you get all the health benefits. I know like when you infuse other stuff, you get just booze, but the tea with the wine, I mean, other people have tried it, just not the way we're doing it here. We actually care about what we're doing. We care. And I wouldn't use like, a lot of people are like doing their own infused wines with like the tea bags. No. If you're going to do it the right way, you have to use loose tea, and it's got to be good. It's got to be quality loose tea. It can't be just stuff you buy in the supermarket. It's got to be organic. It's got to be really fresh stuff that's going to make it work together well with the wine. So I decided to do the fruit and flowers with the Pinot Grigio. The 2 flavors balance each other out perfectly. Plus, you're going to get all the benefits of the tea. Like, who can say like, oh, I'm getting drunk tonight, but I get some health benefits out of it as well. And with this whole pandemic, who cannot use some health benefits? You know what I mean? Like, it's immune boosting. Most of our organic teas are all antioxidants. So you're going to get all those great qualities of the tea that's going to help you physically, maybe mentally. I mean, it helps me mentally. I drink a lot of green tea, which I never did before. But now, like, I'm all about tea and wine. Why not put them together?
Release your stress. The tea has.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Stress relieving, immune boosting. It lowers blood pressure. I mean, depending on the tea, so many benefits. Let's move on to my other one. My other one, I did a Gran Avarte, which is a Alvarinho from Portugal.
Fantastic wine.
We chose this because they make Alvarinos, but this Alvarinho is like one of the best Alvarinos around because it's got this crispness to it with a little fruitiness. So it's like an amazing balance for a white wine. So I decided to use this Alvarinho. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So that's my Alvarinho. So that bad boy is from 2016, which I'm going to mention dates because I feel like the older the wine, the softer the tannins. So, all right, tannins, if for you guys that aren't super wine drinkers, the tannins are, when we're putting all the grapes to make the wine and stuff, it's the stems, the leaves, the seeds, which adds that, most people call it bitter and astringent, which could make it sound bad, but it also adds complexity and balance and structure to the wine, which makes it the wine that it is. You know what I mean? And you want that, you need that. So I chose to do these two together, the Blueberry Breeze and Alvarino, because both flavors balance each other amazingly well. You're gonna get the berry, the hibiscus, the cinnamon again. I mean, cinnamon, like I said, cinnamon pretty much works well with anything that you put in it.
Can you show them the Blueberry Breeze tea?
Yeah. Yeah, one sec. Also candela. There's also candela flowers and cornflowers. For those that don't know calendula, am I saying it right? Calendula flowers, excuse me. It's a marigold. It's a marigold flower, which it's huge on like decreasing. It's an anti-inflammatory, which, you know, a lot of these wines have, as teas have. So this is my Blueberry Breeze. If you guys can see it, you guys should all have a packet with the Blueberry Breeze. You want to give it a little smell, you know, check it out, see what the nose brings up. I mean, I get a lot of other things. Like I get a little vanilla in here. Everyone says I'm crazy, but I do. That's just me. But I mean, everyone's palate and everyone's nose is different. So that's my Alvarino line. Any questions so far? Yeah, let's. Any questions? Any questions so far, guys? Are we all good? Can I keep going?
Will you please get a list of wines that's used? The question is, can we please get a list of wines we are using?
Okay. All right. So the question was, what wines am I using? For my fruit and flowers, I'm using an Italian Pinot Grigio, a Tutela from 2018. For my Blueberry Breeze, I'm using the Gran Avarte, which is Alvarino from Portugal, 2016.
That's a 19 point.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, 19, but yeah. And then I've been trying to work with red wines to get a great infusion together with tea. It's been a little bit difficult, but with Joan's help, we've sat down, we tried to bring something together to try to get you a nice red. So we ended up choosing this Barbari De Asti, which is an Italian red. Now this red, I thought I didn't like it at first, but then I tried it, and everyone thinks it's like this light body wine, but I get a lot of flavor out of it. And the reason why they say it's light body is because it does have soft tannins, which kind of makes it feel a little lighter. But you get these amazing notes. You have like cherry and licorice and blackberry. I mean, it's spot on red that you want to, you know, if you don't have anything to go to, this is a go-to red. So we ended up choosing this red, and then I'm honestly not a big fan of reds. I'm a little bit biased. So when we started putting this whole infusion together, I was very skeptical on whether it was going to work or not. And Joan was like, it's going to work, Frank. It's going to work. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, she kept pushing me to do the red. And I was like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Absolutely, it's not going to work. Let's stick with the whites. Let's stick what it's going to actually turn out. But she's more of a maverick. So she was like, let's do it. So I was like, all right, we'll do it. So my first go around, I can't remember. I did like a quarter cup. No. Yeah. I did like with my whites, I did a quarter cup of oolong, which is my big red robe. We'll talk about that in a second. I'll tell you a little bit about it in a minute because I'm a big fan of oolongs. And then we mixed it with a little bit of the Blueberry Breeze that I used for the Alvarino. Honestly, I did not really enjoy it. But for red wine drinkers that I had people taste, that I had them come in and they tasted it and they were talking about it, they liked it. They like the complexity of it and the nuances of it. I'm more of a white guy, so I'm a white wine kind of guy, so you're gonna have to go with that. But Joan liked it, so I figured she's like the pro on drinking red wine. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's put it out there. Let's see what happens. And so far from the people that taste it, honestly, you have to be a red wine drinker. It's super full. I mean, all the flavors balance each other out, but it's just a little bit too much for me. I'm more of the lighter side. Yeah, it's like super full body. And the wine is not supposed to be full body, but like I said, when you bring the tea and the wine together, you want to enhance everything that's in both of them. You don't want to like overpower one or the other. You want to make them both work together to get this perfect tasting liquid, you know, which we happen to find by just experimenting. What was that?
So you wanted to tell them a little bit about oolong tea?
Oh yes, that's it. See, that's why I have her over here. She's like my perfect, like, you know, that person in your ear. I want to talk a little bit about oolong and the reason why. Oolong, I think, works well with any wine. It's just the depth of the flavor of oolong. You can use it with Pinot Grigio. You can use it with Alvarino. You can use it with. Don't take my word on Chardonnay because I'm not a big Chardonnay guy. That's a whole nother animal we should talk about on another time. But with this red and the oolong and the blueberry breeze together, all the flavors come together like amazingly well. You get this earthiness to it. You get the blackberry that's pulled out from the Barbera. You get a little bit. I get a little bit. Like I said, I don't know if it's just me I love vanilla, but I get a little bit vanilla pulled out of that as well. So if you're gonna try it, I suggest trying it with a Barberi for the red to start. I mean, there's a lot of recipes that other people are trying out there, but those can be, like I said, can be a bit pricey when you're trying to make infusions together. Let me talk a little bit about my red robe. I use red robe oolong for the red. So the red robe oolong is it's this fruity with a woodsy character muscatel kind of note to it, which muscatel, like, you know, it's a wine. So that's what I get from that, which I don't know how Joan knew that because I don't think she even knew muscatel was one of the notes in there. But she knew, let's just try this together. And when I put them together, it like kind of pulled out those muscatel notes and the sweetness to it in a way that enhances the entire wine, you know?
Maybe you can talk a little bit about this question about what's a tea is being used in the red wine, but that's oolong.
Oh yeah, that's the oolong.
So
The oolong is my red robe, guys. So it's these long leaves. If you can see them right here. You see those guys? You see them? Yeah, you see those guys? So you're gonna get that earthiness from oolong's like a green tea.
It's in between.
It's in between, yeah, it's in between that green tea, but it's fermented, so you get the blackness of it.
Semi.
It's semi, right?
Yeah.
Semi, yeah.
So it's fat burning. You can talk about that.
It's what?
Fat burning.
Oh, no, don't. No, I was about to get into that. She interrupted. Guys, I'm sorry. She interrupted me while I'm chatting, okay? She interrupted me. So one of her favorite things about oolong is it's fat burning, guys. So we decided to, you know, it's fat burning. As far as I know, it strengthens teeth. It's an immune booster, like most of our organic teas here. What else? It lowers blood pressure and it reduces stress, which we can all use that right now. You know what I mean? A little reduction of stress. I wanted really to talk about why we did this. And the whole thing is we started with, like I said, I started with the whole booze business about infusing like chai tea with bourbon and chai tea with like vodka and all these other spirits that are not healthy for you. So when I joined Joan, we wanted really to like bring both together, that it benefits in both ways, where you get the nice little buzz of the wine, but then you get all the entire health benefits of the teas that we serve here. If you decide you're going to go out and do this on your own, there are recipes online, because we're not the first ones to think of wine, wine and tea-infused wine. We are.
There was a question about that. Which website? I said I don't know any, but you probably know.
Oh, to look at.
Tea-Infused.
All right, so if you go on, look for I think it's called Art of the Tea. There used to be a company. I don't think they're around anymore. Honestly, I can't remember the other ones, but if you go like Art of the Tea, you search it, you'll find they'll tell you like stuff that they put together. I have a friend that did an article for them. He was doing way back in the day. He was doing like all the spirits with tea. He came up with an oolong tea with a very light Pinot Noir. And then he puts rose petals and vanilla pods. I tasted it. It's amazing, but it's expensive. It's expensive to make. I haven't done it here. It's just too pricey. I mean, I don't want to have to overcharge person for one glass of tea-infused wine. So I haven't gone that route yet. But if you want to do it at home, yeah, definitely. I can give you, if you want to come into the shop, you want to hit me up on email, I'll give you the recipe for it, but it's pretty amazing.
We can do it on social media.
No, yeah, we could do it. Yeah, we could do it on social media. I mean, if we get a lot of requests for it, I will do it. It's just like I said, it's an expensive process to do it. Yeah, especially with vanilla pods and stuff like that. Vanilla pods are kind of pricey, but it's better than using like an extract or vanilla syrup, because you're not going to get the same flavor after it's infused when you're using just the syrup,
Sorry, another question. Which tea-infused wine did they get today? The color looks like the one on Frankie's right.
Okay, so guys, there's a mix between whoever picked up the wine today that I made. Some of you are gonna get the fruit and flowers, which is this guy right here with the tutela. Those are those two right there. So it's gonna be more like a golden caramel color you're getting. And then my blueberry breeze, the rest of you have, is gonna be the Alvarino with the blueberry breeze tea. So you're gonna get this like really amazing ruby red color. So that's what you guys have in front of you. I hope you guys chilled all of that. I'm gonna go over making the wine right after this. So I hope you all chilled the white. I hope all the white wines that you guys got were all in the fridge, because I want you to taste it after we're done. So I'm gonna go through really quickly what we do to make the wine. I'm gonna do the red. The infusions you guys have are the fruit and flowers and the blueberry breeze. Simple to make, great tasting, always gonna be on point. I'm gonna do the red because it's more complex when it comes to making it. I didn't give you guys a sample of that because I wanted to start you off like, you have to crawl before you walk, and I didn't want it. It's like super intense. It's like, you have to, yeah, it's very complex. I mean, it's great. Like I said, I like simple things, so I keep it to my herbaceous teas with the white wines. But I wanted to just go over this because as complex as it is, not many people are drinking it. And I think Joan and I are trying to introduce this to everyone, because when you're gonna go get tea infused, most of you are gonna get white wines infused with everything else. So I wanted to go over the Barbari, which, well, like I said, was this. I tasted it for the first time like a week ago, and everyone's saying, oh, it's super light, but I think it's full bodied. And the reason why it feels like it's light is because it's the soft tannins in it. So it kind of alleviates all that bitterness and the astringency that most people say about wine. Yeah, so let's go and do that. All All right, give me a second. I'm gonna get my stuff together. So when you're first doing the wine, you guys see me, right? So you want to grab a pitcher, right? You guys want to have a little measuring cup, right? Because you want to measure your wine, your tea. So what I do, oh, you know what I'm missing? A little oolong. Sorry, never mind. I was thinking about Imperial Goddess. That's another story for another time. You guys can come visit me here. We'll talk about that. So I have the red robe, right? That's my oolong. You want to do for a 750 milliliter bottle of wine, you want to do a quarter cup of the oolong. Okay, you're gonna put that in your pitcher. Then you want to grab some blueberry breeze, which is this delicious looking guy right here.
Which you guys all have.
Which you guys do have. Do not use the whole thing. I think the blueberry breeze is just it kind of overpowers, because of the fruitiness of it, it overpowers the oolong a little bit and kind of like makes it like invisible. And I want you guys to like be able to taste everything. So I use about a third of blueberry breeze. Once you get your tea in your pitcher, I don't have it, but what I like to do is you're gonna pour a little bit of hot water onto the tea leaves. Not a lot to drench it. You just want a little bit to kind of get them soft, to kind of start the process. The entire process of just like, releasing the flavors and getting it soft, so that when you're putting the wine in, because wine's not hot, you need hot water so you could pull out all those flavors. But when you start the process, it makes it a little easier to start infusing while you put it in the fridge. And that's just for white wines. But for the red, when you're infusing it, you can keep it out of the fridge for the night. But the room should at least be around 70 degrees. You don't want any hotter than that. You don't want it less than that, because it'll affect the flavor. So once you get the leaves all wet, and you're going to pour your entire bottle of red in there, which is my Barbari. So I pour the entire thing in there. So guys, I'm making this today. If you want to stop by tomorrow or the day after, it'll be ready and you guys can taste it.
It's about 24 hours to infuse.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's about, honestly, like when people first started doing this, it was all about, oh, well, we can infuse it in like 8 hours. I've tried 8 hours. It's not enough time. You still get more of the wine. You don't get this balanced flavor, this harmonious flavor, this harmonious concoction of the wine and the tea together. You're just gonna get a little more overpowering of the wine. So I decided to leave it a little bit longer. So I did it to like 14 hours to 15 hours. Yeah, it was better. I think the best is 18 to 24 hours, especially for red. The red, 18 hours. I like 24 hours for the white infusions. When you give it that enough time, the flavors just blend so much better together. I mean, like I said, I tried it in a bunch of different ways and times, and the best way is between, I would say, 18 to 24 hours would probably be the best. So once you have this in there, you want to cover it up, saran wrap this guy. If it's red wine, you can leave it out of the fridge. Just make sure the room's not too hot. If it's a white infusion, you want to put it into the fridge. And you want to leave it 14 to 16 hours for white, at least 18 to 24 for the red. The red is so strong. If you don't leave it enough, you're not going to get any of the flavor from the tea. It's not going to be balanced, which, like I said, you want everything. You don't want any one flavor to overpower everything else. You want it to come together, just complement each other, boost the flavors of the wine, boost the flavors of the tea. And yeah, that's how we came with how to time it. Once you put that in, you're going to cover it, saran wrap, put your top on it, put it in the fridge, or leave it out of the room. You're going to leave it for the time that I said. And then once you're done with that, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna strain it, because if you go online, you get many different ways of people straining stuff, of how to strain the wine. I strain it so that I get every single flavor and nuance and extra wine that's soaked up by the tea back into the bottle. You got to get it all back. You don't want to like lose anything.
And you want to get a tea benefit.
Yeah, exactly. So you want it all. Yeah, benefits. I got you. Yeah, benefits. All right. So this is when I first started. Now this color right here, you see this bad boy right there? Can you guys see that? That's after 24 hours. So when you have to strain the wine. Oh, could I get? Oh, I'm missing that other picture. I need one more picture. A picture like this, or the blender picture. Guys, sorry, I just need a picture so I can show you how to do this. The blender picture? Yeah. No top. We're good. Sorry about that, guys. I need another picture. All right, so when you're gonna strain the wine, the tea from the wine, you want to get yourself a nice, you want a fine strainer, you know, like really fine, because you want to try to keep all the tea leaves out. So most people, I use a strainer. I like to use a strainer because I like to make sure I get all. I'm going to show you in a second. A lot of people use a cheesecloth to strain it, but when you use a cheesecloth, you're going to lose a lot of the wine because you can't press on the fruit and the tea to push out the rest of the flavor and the rest of the wine. So I like to use a fine strainer. You guys see that? Fine strainer. All right. So when I take that, I'm going to pour the entire contents of the wine and the teas into the strainer. I give you that. Thank you. All right, so you have your wine. You guys see this? So that's your wine in there. That's your tea. So it's already strained, but all that tea in there is still holding wine, it's still holding flavors. So I like to press like I'm actually making my own wine, like when you step on the grapes, you know, right? That's how you do it. Step on the grapes, right, guys? Right? So what I do is I take just something that you can press down on the tea and the fruits to push out the rest of the rest of the wine, the rest of the benefits of all the tea that's in here. So you want to press down. You see, you guys can't see that. I'm sorry. But you get all the extra stuff. Make sure you do that because I don't know about you, but I don't like wasting wine.
Those are more concentrated flavor.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, you're gonna pull out. Because it's not, you know, a lot of people just go, oh, throw it out. Don't throw it out, guys. Make sure you squeeze everything out of there because that's like essence. You're gonna get all that extra flavor that should be in that wine. All right, once I do that, I get rid of this. You know what I need, Jones? A fine strainer, the small metal one. Yeah. So once you get it the first strain, we're gonna strain it again, guys. I'm sorry. We're gonna strain it one more time because we want to make sure all the tea leaves are out of there. Give me 1 second. Be right with you. Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I need one more picture. Guys, I'm sorry. I'll be right with you. I need one more picture. So this is a really super fine strainer. So I'm going to double strain it to make sure I get all the tea leaves out. Ah, thank you, John. Thank you. No, we good. Thank you. So when you double strain it, guys, you're going to take your beautiful looking liquid there, and you're going to double strain it with this little guy to make sure all the tea leaves are out. I mean, they're not bad for you, but I mean, it looks better when you pour it into a wine glass. You don't see anything in there, you know, just a nice crisp wine. So those are like that's like the leftover. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's like a lot of little particles and stuff like that in there. But we got rid of that. So all you're left with is that amazing, amazing wine. Look at that. Oh my God, I'm ready to drink it all right now. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. All right. So you guys can either put it back into the bottle if you're not going to serve it right away. If you're going to serve it right away, put it into a blender and blend it for about 30 seconds, because what's going to happen is it'll open it up, it aerates it, and it's going to taste so much better. If you're not, put it back in the bottle or whatever vessel you have to keep it fresh. I suggest using one of these guys. If you're putting it back in the bottle, you want to invest in one of these, which is a pump and a wine cork, a plastic wine cork. So when you put it on the bottle and you put this little pump on it and you pump out all the air, it'll keep the wine from oxidizing and it'll last longer. So if you're not like me, where I drink a bottle of wine in like the same hour, you want to save it for the next day. I don't save wine. I drink it when I open it. But if you're a saver and you want to drink it the next day, definitely invest in one of these guys. Pull out all the air, saves it from oxidation, and you can enjoy it for the next few days.
Maybe you can tell them how many days they can keep it fresh.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. If you do it this way, the way I'm saying with the stopper that's going to pull out the air, you're looking at about maybe a week and a half. If you're taking that long to drink a bottle of wine, then you should not be drinking wine. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's all jokes, okay? Come on. But yeah, if you seal it the way I say, you'll get about a week and a half out of it. If you don't, you're probably looking at 4 to 5 days at most. I suggest you drinking it. It's not going to get any better if you let it sit any longer. I promise you. Your best bet is to drink it as soon as you order it. As soon as you get it home, open it up and drink it. If not, try to seal it and enjoy it for the next couple of days. But other than that, I mean, it's we're still working on other types. I'm still working on this. So if you guys like have any ideas of how to mix up, the whole point is just to bring the two together. I mean, it's like the best of both worlds. I'm bringing the wine and we're bringing tea together. Everyone's doing it. But a lot of people just do it with like the sachets. Please do not come here and say, oh, I used a Lipton tea bag with my bottle of Pinot Grigio and it didn't work. Yes, that's not going to work. You need to use really, really great quality loose tea. And the only, how many places in Westchester are you going to find that? You're going to have to come to see me. So come check me out. I got all the loose tea. I got the wine. I got everything. Any questions you guys have, anything you need to know, I'm here. What am I missing, Joan? Am I missing anything?
No, you just disappeared.
I disappeared. Oh, I'm back though.
Now you're back.
Talk to me. Am I missing anything?
Maybe just the tea, because we brewed a bunch of tea. Maybe you can show them the color of
Oh yeah, we did. We got brewed teas here.
as well, because
Take that,
that's a
guys.
lot of time it is the color of the wine, especially the receive, is so different because it's the color of the tea.
Yeah. So guys, like Joan was saying, I have also just made the teas in front of me, and you guys have both teas. You all should have both teas, Fruit and Flowers and Blueberry Breeze. You don't have the oolong because I love you guys, but oolong is expensive. It is. I'm sorry. It is. That's why I haven't really done too many infusions with the oolong, because it can get kind of pricey. So I stuck with like herbal teas because they're not as pricey. Plus the flavors blend so well together. Oolongs and red wine and all, that's more of like, that's a project. So we're still doing that. Like I'm still working on these perfect infusions together that I can bring to you guys. But until then, I'm going to stick to what we do best and what sells best and what people really like, which is my my herbal teas. But don't get it wrong, oolong with, like I said, oolongs are the most versatile teas to blend with wine because of the depth of flavor. They work well with full-body reds or the lighter whites. I would go for, if you're gonna do any green teas, I would do green teas with whites. And for your black teas, I would do like a full-body red, English breakfast, Splendid Earl Grey, Rooibos, which is it's a decaffeinated tea. It looks red, but it's considered black tea. Works really well as well. It's all about experimenting with your favorite teas and stuff like that. But if you really don't want to do that, you can always come here and we can like talk about it. And if you guys have any ideas of what you would like me to try to do here, I'd be happy to try to put something together for everyone. I think this is a good platform for getting like organic teas and health benefits and wine and all together and get it out there for everyone.
Sorry, more questions.
Oh, ask away. There's a bunch of questions. Maybe I know the answers. I don't know. We'll see.
If you make red wine or red infused wine with tea, should you bring room temperature before you drink it?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, absolutely. Any red infusions you guys have, when you put it to infuse, don't put it in the fridge, please. Leave it out. As long as it's not super hot in the room, it's going to infuse well. And when you drink it, after you strain it and you're ready to drink it, same thing, room temperature. Just like you drink any other bottle of red wine you usually get. 74 degrees, if I remember, is like the best temperature. Yeah, definitely do that. Do not refrigerate it because it just affects the taste of it. Yeah.
One question.
Bring it.
If we want to use your loose tea for just regular tea, so just with hot water, how do we brew it? So they want to know.
Oh, okay. That's super easy, guys. So, great question, actually. So if you're going to do the fruit and flowers, all herbal tea should be about 5 minutes to brew. So that would be my fruit and flowers, which is this nice amber color. And then my blueberry breeze, which is a nice red color. So you're looking at about 5 minutes for those guys. All herbal tea is 5 minutes to brew if you're just doing it with water. My oolong, this bad boy right here, is 4 minutes. 4 minutes to brew oolong teas, all oolong teas. White teas, 3 minutes. And your green teas, which are the most sensitive, guys, so that we add ice. When we brew our green tea, we add a little bit of ice to it so that it doesn't burn the teas. If you just throw this incredible amount of hot water on green tea leaves, it burns the leaves and it's going to be this horrible bitter taste to it. So you want to make sure that the temperature is a little bit lower for green teas. Yeah, and 2 minutes. 2 minutes to brew green teas. That's it. Anything else?
Yeah, there's more.
Bring it.
Actually, 3 more questions.
Bring
Can
it.
tea leaves be used for anything after all the wine is pressed out?
Unfortunately, no. I mean, if you have like a black tea and you do it with water, yeah, we can rebrew that bad boy. But once you put the wine in there and you infuse it with the wine, I mean, if you want to try to do it with water and just make regular tea, I don't think it's going to taste good. So I would just like get rid of it. Yeah.
What countries do you source the tea from?
Oh my God, what kind of question? There's so many places, right?
Yeah,
I think
all over the world.
Joan can help out with this. Joan, are you on there? Joan's not on there, but we get it from all over the world. I mean, it's crazy where we get our stuff from.
Now. We get our tea from all over the world. We have tea coming from Japan. We have tea from India, from China, and we have a tea actually from South Africa. And we have tea actually sourced from here, United States. Especially our herbal tea, most of them are mixed and actually blended right here in the United States. We do actually have some tea coming from Europe as well. So we really consider ourselves all over the world. Any other questions? I want to see whether it's something that I need to answer or I can answer.
Is that it?
What about the temperature of the water for other tea? Great question. Like what Frankie is saying, for actually green tea is the one that you really want the temperature to be low. So in other words, you don't want to be hard boiled water. You need to let it cool down a little bit before you brew the tea. So in the shop, we actually put a layer of ice on top of it, so you can do that, or just basically leave the hot water. Let it cool down. If you did, oh, okay.
Any question?
Was there any other question? Which food or dessert can you pair with tea-infused wine?
You know, it's weird. It's a weird question because with most teas, people think about chocolate. You know, like I can do chocolate with tea, and then you think about white wine, which we do with seafood and chicken. You know, and breads you do with the red meat and stuff like that. I think it's the same kind of thing. You know, the Alvarino with the blueberry. I think it still works good with chocolate. I think you still have a little dessert with it if you want, but it also works well considering it's a white with chicken, with fish, with any of the other food they usually do have with white. And the red as well. I mean, if you're gonna do a full body red, come on, I want to have a nice big piece of steak with that red because you get the earthiness from the oolong and stuff like that. So I think that works really, really well together. I mean, why wouldn't you want to do it? I mean, why just drink regular wine when you can do tea-infused wine?
Another question. It said crazy question, but
No
I don't think
crazy
that's a crazy
questions.
question.
I'm all about crazy questions.
Can you infuse tea with a flavored vodka?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's your department.
Now we're talking, guys. No. I like I said, I come from a cocktail background. So before I came to join Hastings, I was running a cocktail bar. So I did a lot of infusions with bourbon and vodka and chai tea and this amazing. How's the word? Avaratic tea chai? Avaratic chai? I don't know. Yeah, no, absolutely. I would do it. Teas definitely work. I mean, like I said,
With vodka very well.
Yeah, it was before we did the whole tea and wine, we were doing tea and booze, you know, like tea and hardcore spirits, you know, vodka, bourbon. Yeah, definitely works well together. But like I said, you have to experiment. It's all up to you guys, what you want to do with it, where you want to take it, the flavors you want to try to get, putting it together. Like I said, it's all trial and error. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, your palate is your palate, my palate is my palate. I know what I like, you know what you like. So, you know, play with it, you know.
It's a lot of fun, actually, to do that.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun.
We
You
have a
figure it
lot
out.
of fun to do this. And
Hey.
one of the things to keep us going in this pandemic.
Yeah.
Keep on trying different things.
And why not experiment? Because it's all trial and error. And part of trial and error is the drinking part, guys.
There's another question. Infusing wine with tea leaves use a lot more leaves than for hot tea. Why is that?
Because the hot water releases the flavors of those teas and quickly, like super fast. Unlike when you're using a room temperature wine or a cold bottle of white, it's gonna take a little bit longer to get to pull the flavors from the leaves, you know? Hot water pulls it out quickly. You know, 5 minutes, you're done. And like I said, I tried it. I tried doing it for like 4 to 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours. I tried a whole bunch of different ways. And the best flavor I got is leaving a little bit longer to give it time for those flavors to all mesh together and just like, you know, work well off each other. Yeah.
I think we're running close to the end of this presentation, and I see a lot of response. Thank you very much for great response over here. I think I'm trying to get through all the questions. There is one person said, how about tea, vodka, and poetry? That will go very well.
What is it?
I love
Tea
that.
pop, tea what?
Tea, vodka, and poetry.
Oh, we could do that. We could do that. We could do whatever you guys want, you know.
Yes,
We're kind of easy like that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I love that.
Before everyone goes, thank you so much. Thank you so much from Hastings Tea for joining us and doing this really like get the wheels flowing, because we want to do this a lot more. I mean, come on, we're all locked down pretty much, so let's do this more. Let's talk about alcohol more. Let's talk about tea more, coffee, whatever you guys want to talk about. Come see me here. Come see any of my employees. They're all well versed in wine and tea and all that good stuff. So let's chat, guys. Let's talk about new stuff.
And then we're going to pair with chocolate actually next month for Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Yes, I have the
Uh.
a chocolate local person who actually makes chocolate. She's coming actually do some pairing with me.
Guys, like I said, if you have any ideas, if there's anything you want me to like try, let me know. We'll try it. And if it comes out good, I'll take all the credit. If it comes out bad, I blame you guys. All right? All right?
Or
It's a
blame
deal.
me.
It's
You
a
always
deal
blame
because
me.
it's not going to come out
That's
bad.
right.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you to Joan, to Frankie. This was incredible, really incredible. And a nice way to end the Friday, a short week that felt longer than it really was. But thank you so much. And we hope to have you back in the library, hopefully late spring or early summer. And we'll do another tea pairing tasting. I know you do amazing
that looks
things
good.
with tea. So, and coffee too, I guess. We can
Yes,
do
coffee as
too.
well. Yes.
We can talk about that too all day.
Right?
All right? We got
We
you.
can talk about that all day. Absolutely.
Exactly.
And I wanted to just say, Giovanni and also Harrison's Library, thank you very much. This is not the first time we're doing the event together with Giovanni. It's fantastic, actually, partnership. And of course, Harrison Library, last time I was able to do it at the library. So hopefully next time we can actually do it at the library directly. That'd be
Yes.
great. And,
Yes.
and again, thank you. Thank you very, very much, everyone.
No,
Thank you
it's
so
been
much.
our pleasure. If anyone did not pick up their tea, you have till tomorrow, right? And then Frankie will
Yes.
drink it all.
That's
But
right.
yes.
Otherwise, we're going to drink it all.
Oh yeah, come by and taste it. I'll drink it tonight if you don't.
But you
Come
don't
and
want to
pick up
miss
with your
this. You
kids
do not want to
tomorrow.
miss
Yes,
this.
please.
And thank you. You gave us the 2 packets. This was really awesome. So can't thank you enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And enjoying them for the Friday evening is fantastic, actually, to start the weekend. All right.
Sounds good. Sounds
Okay.
excellent.
Have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Stay
Hey,
safe
girl's clapping at me.
and drink your
Hi.
wine.